We actually didn't even rehearse that.
No, we didn't.
It just happened. Let's give everybody just the juice so that they can, excel in life.
Getting it done, because then all of these other tasks that I have are tasks that I don't mind doing. So no more impulse buying.
No more impulse buying. Now buckle up, get a pen and paper out, take some notes, because we are about to take you on a financial journey that literally has worked for us, and I am sure that it's going to work for you.
Absolutely. So I'm Jacqueline Cradle.
I am Nathaniel Cradle.
Today we are diving into a topic that is so close to our hearts. Unlocking financial
my 6
essential habits.
Whoa, we actually didn't even rehearse that.
No, we didn't.
It just happened. So let's hear about some of your. Let's break this up into 3s so that this isn't just too long. We can break this up into segments in terms of our channel. So let's just start with 3 each, and let's give everybody just the juice so that they can, excel in life.
Okay. So if I were to talk about my first habit, I would say it was definitely looking at my expenses, looking at where I was spending my money and making adjustments. I really like the Dave Ramsey financial literacy books.
That's controversial because a lot of people they disagree.
I can get that. I understand. But Dave Ramsey is all right by me. Mm-hmm. I have really enjoyed and have flourished from the snowball effect.
Snowball effect.
Yeah. So that snowball effect, if you don't know, is really about paying down your highest interest rate or your lowest bill and taking that additional money and applying it towards other credit cards. That has helped me tremendously, because I'm not a person that wants to complicate things. So the Dave Ramsey snowball effect has worked for me. I've read some other financial literacy books that have been pretty helpful for me, and I would be happy to put those in the link at the bottom of this video.
Oh, I'm sure people would really, really enjoy that.
How about you?
Let me give one. And when it comes to like financial budgeting, I use this old ancient technique, which isn't hard. In fact, it really eliminates a lot of software that people use today, a lot of intricacies and just budget spreadsheets. I can't even say it today. But it's called Kakeibo, and it's this old ancient Japanese style in how you analyze household budgeting. Have you ever heard of that?
I've never heard of Kakeibo.
Yeah. So again, it encourages you to really slow down. So you literally just grabbing a pen and paper, write your own expenses out, right? So it encourages you to slow down and understand and build a relationship with your finances.
So you want to slow down.
And here's the thing, I'm gonna really slow that down so you sound really, really crazy. But again, it's just so that you can analyze your financial outcome, right? So that you're setting goals and you can actually see these goals materialize over the course of a month or a year. So Kakeibo, an old ancient Japanese ritual when it comes to just budgeting in terms of your finances.
That sounds pretty interesting and actually pretty mindful. So I can really appreciate that. I'd love to look more into that. I have truly not heard of Kakeibo, but it's definitely worth looking into.
Mm-hmm.
I would say one of the other areas that has been impactful for me is actually the art of procrastination and how I cut it out.
Guilty. So I'm curious to learn more about how I can cut out.
Okay, but first, let me wet my whistle. I am super thirsty. Do you want to take a sip?
We'll have to probably cut that. First, you gotta wet your whistle.
Why not?
No, go ahead.
All right. The art of procrastination. I have been guilty of just putting things off, not wanting to take care of it, not wanting to pick it up. And that has been a really big deal breaker for me. I have been really intentional about setting my day up for the most productivity. So those tasks that I don't really necessarily want to do, I've been putting those first and knocking them out. What I have found is that it's not as daunting and as bad as I thought it would be. When I put those tasks first, I'm able to really set my day up for success.
So have you seen like a big change in how just your daily outcomes
I've really noticed that when I do put those tasks first, especially in the morning, I'm more creative and I'm able to really hound through it, really get down to getting it done, because then all of these other tasks that I have are tasks that I don't mind doing.
So what time do you get up in the morning? Like, I would really want to paint this picture for people and myself.
Yeah, so I get up at around 5 every morning. I do go down and make my coffee. I actually have just some time to myself. I like to read my scriptures. I like to meditate and really set my day once I get moving. I really like to set the intention for the day. So I will say productivity and setting my day have been important.
Here's one that I want to share, and we really put a lot of thought, and it took us years to come to the agreement of just cutting cable subscription.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And let me tell you what it's done. Not only has it given me a better, healthy outcome, but it helps reduce the exposure to merchandise advertising. Right?
Tell me more about that.
I would have never thought that, sitting in front of a television just gave me so much exposure to just merchandise, things that I didn't think that I needed, a new ice maker, the new fashion clothes, right? Okay. So I just really, really have been able to now, since we're not subscribed to cable, we just don't have that exposure anymore.
So no more impulse buying then?
No more impulse buying. Now it's a different story when you're actually in the mall and you see all the things that, oh my gosh, this is popular now. I would have never thought. Why? Because we don't see it on television. So I really want people to, consider that. Consider the things that you're watching that you're just being pumped full of advertising methods to, right? There are big brainy people out there that are creating these scripts and creating all these flashy bright lights on television to just entice you to buy impulsively.
That makes a lot of sense, and I actually think that I didn't realize that that's why you cut cable. But aside the fact that it's super, super overrated and so expensive, I will say the last one that I will focus on, and I had a couple that I was thinking about, but the one that I will say has had the most impact for me is telling others about my approach to financial growth. I feel like it really holds me accountable to a specific measure when you share it with someone else, or share your secrets, or share your ideas. It really puts you in a place that you really now have to walk the talk. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely. I think that's when learning actually happens, is when you're actually sitting down with someone and you're teaching.
Yeah. Right? And it makes you want to actually learn more about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Because there's that question that comes up.
Yeah, no.
What are you drinking?
Simple water, and surprisingly, this Yeti, not a sponsor, but this Yeti actually has the same ice that I had in it yesterday.
So I could just drink this room temperature water, and you've got ice cold?
It's crazy. I love this thing. I've had plenty of water bottles in my life, and it is just not the same.
Well, mine is bedazzled, but I will say it's room temperature. Okay.
Yeah, so really good.
All right.
You want to know my last?
What's your last one?
You want to know my last one? Yeah. Were you done?
Sure.
The last one is saving money at the end of the week or the end of the month really, really puts me, I don't know, it kind of even makes me nervous, right? I don't like when I see all this loose money at the end of the week or at the end of the month or even at the end of the year and it's not being invested.
You are like the ultimate saver, right? You invest and save everything. That's my weakness. Like you invest everything. If I see, the one thing that I will say I do is if I have extra money, I just roll it over into like the next week. Like I roll that over.
I've got extra money now.
Well, no, it's just a rollover. I just kind of like to see it in the account. I don't necessarily want it to be gone. I'm a visual. I like to see those O's in there.
Nothing wrong with the O's, but I like to see my O's multiply. So again, what I like to do is if I have money in, say, a checkings account, and the end of the month is there, and I've got more money coming in, why not just take that money out, put it into a brokerage account, and start investing that money into a nice S&P fund or Tesla or Apple or something that's going to, provide you dividends or something of that nature.
All of which are not sponsors, but could be. Go ahead.
But could be. So that's it. You know, that's our 6 essential ways of just, you know, saving money and creating essential habits and making fun and, you know, creating conversation around how we are just, you know, savers and creatures of habit and things like that, right?
Yeah. So as we wrap this up, folks, I really, really want to encourage you to look at some of these habits that we have had and we've adopted and try some out for yourself. What would you say?
Yo, absolutely. And if you have tried any of these, or if we're missing any that you actually think that they're essential, leave them in the comments below. We'll take a look at them and really highly consider talking about these things and truly analyzing them and understanding and putting them to work and then sharing that with everybody so that they can actually see, you know, and hear from, you know, the horse's mouth. Does it work or does it not?
Exactly. So in the interest of saving money, are you gonna go cook?
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
All right, well, looks like I'm cooking today.